What is going on, everybody? My name is Conor Lorraine. Welcome back to another week of Weird News Wednesdays. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast, and we are back talking all the strangest news stories from around the world. We talk about the news that the real news is too afraid to talk about. I am joined, as always, by my partner in crime, Mr. Shaun Mead. Shaun, how's it going?
You know well how I'm doing today, Conor.
Yeah, because I actually, many people might be listening to this, they might have had a bit of deja vu during that intro.
Did they now?
They've actually heard it 3 times the past week.
Shut up. Okay? A man can make a mistake.
Do you want to let new listeners in on maybe why the inside joke of some of our older listeners and what's happening here?
So, basically, we do 3 shows a week. And I edit and upload 3 shows a week. I just want to make that clear. I do.
We're all throwing out the small violins. Go on.
Okay. And for Monday's episode, Movie Mondays, quite a good episode. It was Movie Mondays 207. I accidentally uploaded Weird News Wednesday 207, which was last week's episode. So, threw everything out. I uploaded the same episode twice. We didn't realise for 2 days until we got some very nice messages. And
so normally what happens is we upload it, and then I'm in the office for 2 days, so I just don't even see anything. Yeah. And then this morning I woke up to loads of lovely people messaging, all the patrons messaging, just absolutely lovely human beings being like, guys, I clicked onto Movie Mondays and it said, welcome to Weird News Wednesday. And I was like, I had that moment where I was like, that can't be. Oh no,
Shaun, no.
Because Shaun, I believed in you. Yeah. I said Shaun wouldn't do something like that.
Surely,
they must be wrong. It is the kids who are wrong, is what I thought. But it turns out, no, they were correct. And Shaun, you are ultimately the most wrong.
That's true. That's true. Also, the website's still broken. Still haven't fixed that. So, cousin Shaun's not having a good week, fellas.
It fills me with glee.
Has it now? It's filled me with absolute dread.
I'm willing to burn the place to the ground just to ruin your day even slightly. And I just think it's funny because you get so stressed.
I do, about every little thing in the world. But I keep taking on extra responsibilities.
I wanted to also make it clear before we started recording. I was like, I'm going to take the piss out of you, but I want your anxiety to know I don't hate you. I'm just taking the piss out of you. I think that's very important to make clear.
No, it's good. That's a sign of a good friendship, is when he reminds you not to spiral before absolutely ripping the piss out of you.
Well, I mean, you're terrible at your job and terrible at everything you do. But anyway,
that's my job, though.
Shaun, this is Weird News. What do we do here?
You have spent the week gathering all of the weirdest news stories from around the world. I have spent, admittedly, mostly the last 4 hours climbing out of a deep shame spiral, and I've been too busy to look at any weird news.
And before that, you were too busy uploading just random episodes from 7 months ago. I'm thinking this week we do all just throwbacks.
Oh, I'm putting up Craven the Hunter again on Friday. That's going to be
2019's Craven the Hunter.
Oh yeah, low energy Craven the Hunter.
So Shaun, this is weird news, and I felt like with the week that you've had, what I wanted to do and start off with is right in your zone, right? Now? Because we started a new segment a few weeks ago of Shaun's Relationship Corner. I can't remember the exact name we gave it, but it was along those lines of you giving relationship advice and ultimately being bad at it.
Yeah, because I'm clearly able to manage most things in my own life, so I should be allowed to manage things in other people's lives as well.
I have my thing sorted now to point and give demands to others, is what you said to me.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm completely finished, and now it's time to repair some other people.
So, I mean, I feel like this could be one of our biggest segments that we've ever done on Weird News. It's just me bringing you relationship problems and you just solving them, just figuring it out and just helping these poor people move on, and maybe just exceed in what they want to achieve in their lives. Yeah. I think that's perfect. It's beautiful.
And I have 100% success rate as well.
We never talked to that person again. The last person that you fixed.
No news is good news.
I think your plan was, the problem was that his girlfriend was smelly.
Yeah.
And he didn't know how to tell her. And your plan was stick her in a big room and spray her full of detergent.
You buy her a load of Lush bath bombs and you microdose COVID so you lose your sense of smell. Next question.
One down. Next to next one. So Shaun, I bring to you another problem this week, and we're starting off weird news with a wedding.
Oh.
Normally a happy time.
Yeah.
Normally a time to bring people together.
Fucking love weddings.
I'm a recently engaged man myself, Shaun.
Bring it up to recently engaged.
As an engaged person. Groom threatens to cancel wedding after bride suggests their dogs marry each other as well.
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't cancel a wedding over it, but I also wouldn't let that happen, I don't think.
It does go another level of weird halfway through though,
yeah.
Because just a small little tidbit that you really need to know is that the groom doesn't actually have a dog. Okay, so a groom...
Continue.
A groom claims he's now considering calling off his wedding altogether after his fiancée and her best friend revealed their plans to marry their dogs to one another at the actual ceremony. So he doesn't have a dog,
right.
So they decided to marry their dogs together.
So the groom has no horse in this race as it is. Like it's just his wife's...
If he did, that would actually be very frowned upon, I think.
Well, a dog and a horse relation, I don't know how that would work. Never going to work at all.
Yeah, it's never going to work.
So her friend's dog is going to marry her dog at her and her fiancé's wedding.
Yes.
Kind of cheapens the whole idea of the day, doesn't it?
Look, as he doesn't have any dogs of his own, however, not being much of a dog person, as he states, the two pals quickly began gushing about how cute it would be to include both of their pets in the upcoming wedding. So look, he initially agrees to keep his bride-to-be Jessica happy, as you do. Right? Presuming she just want the dogs there with them at the altar, yeah. He presumed the beginning.
I've seen that. You know, the dog like runs up the aisle and sits patiently besides the groomsmen and the bridesmaids. Yeah. It's a lovely scene, lovely for the photos.
And completely normal to think that. Because like if she's like, I'd love the dog to be part of the wedding, you're like, cool. Fair enough, yeah. Sounds good.
Why not? Just so tired. Yeah, why not?
All right, grand. Unfortunately, it soon emerged that Abby, what's the one? It's not bridesmaid, it's the one above that. Maid of honour. Abby, who's the maid of honour, and Jessica wanted a full-blown wedding ceremony for their pooches on the day itself, with entire parts of the reception dedicated to their pets.
That's a lot when... Okay, so let's just prioritise the human marriage above the dog marriage, because dogs don't have a concept of marriage. It's kind of a lot to ask the non-dog interested half of that relationship to be like, hey, let's throw a second wedding for these creatures that don't understand it.
Look, I think the concept of getting the two dogs married is a bit weird, right? But it's not that big a deal if you want to be a weirdo and just marry the two of them off together in like some weird ceremony that like friends show up. It's probably things that rich people should waste money on.
Absolutely,
Just doing. Right? If you want to burn your own money, fair fuck. I feel where the issues come in is when they're like, let's ruin our wedding as well.
Because then it becomes the wedding where the dogs got married and not our wedding day.
That's a terrible thing to say about the two of them.
No, Conor.
But the 29-year-old groom vented, they wanted like shit like a puppy picture slideshow, a cake for them, dog-friendly favourite bags because they want their friends and her family to bring their dogs too.
Oh, that's escalating it into like there's going to be a shit ton of dogs at this wedding.
Why I've brought this to you, Shaun, is this is one man who just said, yeah, all right, to one request. Yeah. And it has snowballed to the point where it's no longer his wedding.
Yeah, now it's just let's plan a wedding and invite a bunch of dogs, which is cute. And it's cute for a couple of hours.
Oh, doggos are good boy-ups and good girl-ups. That's fair enough.
Absolutely. But like, I look, I love dogs more than anyone on the planet, I think. But...
Except me.
Well, we'll fight about that later. But, like, they're great for photos and maybe the ceremony, maybe a bit of the reception. But after that, there's going to be 80 drunk adults. And, like, 4 dogs.
And dogs shitting themselves.
Like, dogs wanting to go home, you know? There's going to be a lot of expensive clothes and food around the place that are just left about.
Oh, man. I love the idea of the dog just going, just fucking... Can we not just get a taxi? Like, I just don't understand why we're still here. Like, just, lads, I want to go home to me bed.
But, like, imagine you're a dog and you can hear fucking 10 miles away. And then, I don't know, fucking... What did I play at weddings? Sweet Caroline comes on the speaker system. And you have to put up with that and everyone drunk singing to it. And it's 2 in the morning.
Row the boat.
They're rocking that boat. You better believe they're rocking that boat.
I told them no, he said, that I already made one compromise on the issue of bringing the dogs in the first place, and I don't want a bunch of dogs around our entire wedding and reception, and if they did that, we'd have to find an all new venue probably, because the venue we picked wouldn't allow it. So far...
This man is spitting straight fact at the minute, by the way. Like, I do not think this man's in the wrong at all so far.
Sexist. Okay, we're going to go to the whole paragraph here, Shaun. I reminded her that she was near the limit of what she could contribute towards our wedding funds, and I'd be paying the rest. And I don't really want to pay for all the extra for stuff for a bunch of dogs. They both said we were already at basically the limit of our budget as it was.
Yeah.
They both said that was really important to them. So I told Jessica point blank, we can stick to what we originally agreed to, or she and Abby could have their costly party that allows dogs by themselves, and we just get married at a courthouse by ourselves.
I mean, look, it's harsh, but it's kind of true, you know?
See, so many times, I think... Look, I don't want to be... You're the relationship expert, Shaun. I'm just looking at this
Conor,
like a fucking idiot.
You're the,
you know
you're
what I
the
mean?
engaged one of us, though. So you this is... I could be giving you advice someday.
I look... Fucking hope not, Jesus. But I'm looking at this like, what's happened? This hasn't just cropped up. I'm thinking there's at least 10 conversations before this where he has said, do you not think it's a bit weird that we're having the same party for both of them?
See,
and I think it starts like that, and then by the 7th question it's, I definitely think it's weird that this is happening.
See, it's all about phrasing with this, I think. So you need to come out and being like, no, it's not something I'm comfortable with. I want the day to be about us, you know, not about dogs.
Yeah.
I get it's important, and the compromise there, right? You do a doggy wedding photo shoot, and you still get it's going to look the exact same as if those dogs got fucking married, but you just have a load of pictures of them with bow ties on. That's it.
So when he gives her this point blank, look, we either stick to what we agreed to or we get married at a courthouse and you and Abby can just have your weird fucking ceremony with the dogs. I'm not too pushed. I just want to get married.
Yeah,
right?
Because I love you.
Yeah, because I love you, you fucking crazy person. Abby didn't take this well at all. And she told Jessica he was being manipulative and making ultimatums, even asking Jessica to stay at hers until the groom pulls his head out of his ass.
This is a bad start for a marriage. Okay, look, if you... Okay, real answer, break it off. That...
I think real answer, completely, obviously, uneducated, Shaun, in terms of relationships.
Yeah.
I think Abby and Jessica might be in love.
I think, yeah.
And I feel like the dogs are proxy for their own love, and that's fair enough. Just go get married. That's it. Just stop dragging this poor man into it.
Yeah, why not save all the hassle and expense of planning 2 weddings for 2 different species, and just... And even if...
And you'll have to plan a 3rd wedding for you and Abby anyway,
even if they're,
probably in 6 to 8 months.
Yeah, look, even if they just want to be like close as friends with dogs who are married, like, do that after your own wedding. Like, I don't see the need to marry 2 dogs together just because, it would be cute for a bit.
So I bring this to you, Shaun, as our relationship expert. What is this man to do?
Break it off.
Because
leave her. Get out of there.
He's stuck in a predicament, but he loves his wife. Well, his wife to be.
Yeah.
Like, he loves her. He thinks she's the bee's knees. He thinks they get on well, they're soulmates.
Oh, see,
what's happened here is that it's all escalated. The snowball effect has taken over. He's too far in now, and now he's being called an asshole for turning down the dog wedding.
Yeah, so you have a couple of options. Number one, you need to out crazy. So you need to be like, fine, you can have the dog wedding, but, and then what's like a more rambunctious animal that you could get in? You know?
Oh.
A sheep.
A rambunctious sheep?
No, 2 goats. You marry 2 goats together. And then
Llamas.
Llamas is the way.
Because the expense of llamas getting them in alone would fucking bankrupt you. So, like, if you want to get in 50 llamas, like, that's going to bankrupt people. I think you say I'm having a rival llama wedding at the same time.
Not even rival. Okay, hang on. So, guaranteed, right? There's people on his side of the family, or friends of his, that did not get an invite to the wedding. If there is budget set aside to marry 2 dogs, surely there would be budget to invite all of my other friends and relatives.
Yeah.
And that's how you shut it down right quick. It's like, because now you'll have to, like, one of them has to fold at that point.
Oh, because of that, then he said, so what you're saying is you're calling the bluff, you're playing chicken. So you're saying, if we got extra $5,000, I would love to spend the extra $5,000 paying for people to come and see the dog wedding.
Yeah.
I think my Auntie Juliet, twice removed, would fucking love to see
Weird cousin Victor, he can come along. Like,
yeah, he loves dogs. He'd love it. And I just want to go as far as you can, because I'm assuming there's somebody in his family that Jessica hates.
Has to be.
Bring them.
There'll always
Bring
be
them
someone.
and make them either just, they're like the speaker.
Yeah, or like pay for a celebrity to do the ceremony, but one that she hates, you know?
Yeah, find which one she hates.
Like, she's not into the humour of, I don't know, Jack Black. And so pay Jack to do the ceremony. That would actually be class. I would love that.
Jack actually would do a really good job, to be fair to Jack.
He'd do really well at a dog wedding as well. Like him.
Oh, he would. He would. Oh. I just don't know what this man is to do, Shaun.
I think, see, you could call the venue and just be like, hey, can we have 40 dogs there, and put them on speaker and just listen to them say no. And it's like, right, that's it. Problem solved. I think I was going to say, I think the genuine answer is compromise and just pay for a doggy photo shoot and just, you know, get that done, get the photos, post them on Instagram. We all got married. Ha 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 ha. Or, you know, wedding favours, and like at the table there's like little muffin or a little cupcake or something like that. You know, you're engaged. But instead of the usual sweet treat deliciousness as a wedding favour, dog whistle. A dog whistle for every seat at every table.
No, but you're causing harm to the doggos.
No, look, the dogs will be fine. Okay, it's not a painful whistle. It's just one that makes them howl. And you give that even at the kids' table, because no adult will hear it, but the dogs will, and it will ruin the entire ceremony.
So then they'll go mad and piss and shit and run around the place and ruin the whole.
This is why,
for everyone.
Connor, this is the genius of it. This is why you have a rehearsal dinner. So this happens before the actual day. So she sees the error of her ways in inviting 100 dogs to her wedding.
Yeah.
And so on the day, you just have the regular wedding that you planned and paid for. Rehearsal dinner did not go well, but everything else will be fine.
Yeah. I have a look. Once again, Shaun, I cannot make it clear enough that you are the expert here. I'm just a lonely man who's just trying to
offer your opinion.
Right? So you got an extra, I don't know, like if they're near the end of the budget, right? An extra €500, $1,000, maybe, that they have just, this is the ultimate limit. This is all we have, right? You spend $1,000 building the world's biggest stick, okay? I'm thinking the world's biggest stick.
I think you've just described
and
the
you
tree.
get all 40 no, you shape it like a stick, right? And all the dogs are all there. And then what I want you to do is I want you to build a big slingshot, a big fuck off slingshot.
I see where this is going.
And you fuck you fuck it 2 miles away, right? all the dogs go chase it off. You have at least half an hour to get an actual bit of ceremony done before the time they get back.
Then, Conor, once the dogs come back, what do we do with the big stick then?
But have you ever seen that video of the dog trying to get through the door with the stick in its mouth?
Too long.
And it can't because it just keeps hitting the two sides? Imagine that with 40 dogs.
Oh my God, they'd run down the whole venue. The whole gazebo would be torn down.
That's what I'm thinking. They won't be able to get through anywhere. They have no concept of turning sideways.
That is true. But then, even if they do get back and they leave that big stick outside, you're now trapped inside of the venue.
Yeah. Lock the doors.
But she knows all the dogs are out there, so it's going to be like, we should let them in, they're part of the wedding.
Lock her out with them. Once it's done, lock her out with them.
You want to throw the new bride to the wolves, basically.
I mean, it's not wolves, Shaun.
They're descended
doggos
from wolves.
Yeah, but they're doggos. They're nice. It's her wedding. That's just part of the fucking pride of the crew.
I just think it's unreasonable to say, like, I know we're out of money and I know this wedding is important and we both love each other and I know you're not big on dogs, but hear me out. I want to marry the two dogs together and invite all of the dogs for all of the people to the wedding. Yeah. I mean, that's a big ask. And also, and I can't stress this enough, we have no more money for the wedding.
So I love the fact that he was like, we're literally at the end, so ultimately it'll just be me paying for the fucking dogs that I don't want there in the first place.
And look, and I'm all for compromise in a relationship, right? But I feel you can't bend on this.
No, I think you might have been right at the start. Maybe just call it off.
Just call it off.
It's one of those ultimatums. Like, but he loves her. You know what I mean? He thinks she's the bee's knees.
But so, I also don't think as well that the whole, we'll pay for the dog wedding, but we'll get married at a courthouse. I don't think that's an ultimatum either. I feel like that's
no, I think he's literally just trying to find the best way. That it's probably the worst best thing he could do.
Yeah, and it's like he clearly wants to marry her, but it's just like, okay, but we have no money, so it's either the dogs or us. If the dogs are important to you, that's fine, we'll do that. But
I don't know if we're being biased, but in my head he's like, look, it's going to cause less hassle. You just have the fucking dog wedding. I don't mind. I don't care about my debt. We'll just sacrifice it in a courtroom if that makes it happier. She's like, no, I want my own wedding as well.
Well,
for God's sake.
Can the dogs not wait though? Can they not? Like,
can they not?
If they just got married,
they won't even know.
They don't have a fucking clue what's going on.
They don't even like each other.
That's another thing. Are the dogs friends? You can't force dogs to get married.
I think there has to be frowned upon the force dogs to get married.
You can't force people to get married either. I just want to stress that also.
You said you were iffy on that though.
No.
Before we started recording.
You said you were on the fence and I said, Conor.
I don't know. I need to see more evidence, Shaun. One way or the other.
No, I think, look, either phase it out or stand your ground and just be like, nah, no.
Or microdose COVID so you can't smell the shit and piss that will be everywhere at that hotel.
Actually, if you microdose COVID, technically you'll have to reduce the amount of people at the wedding. And so, like, you would maybe eliminate some of the dog owners, you know?
So what we're saying is we've done 2 of these relationship advice and both of them have ended with microdosing COVID.
Yeah, but that's only because it's the best option.
I just feel like we might not be qualified.
The streak continues.
2 from 2. We've nailed it. Another one up, another one out to Paul Park. Shaun, we're moving on to our next piece of news. And, I mean, this one is also about a descendant of wolves.
Oh.
Well, no, a descendant of dogs, wolves. That's what I was trying to say.
They're an ancestor of dogs, but I get where you're coming from.
Well, it's just, why are you getting into the technicalities, right? They're just wolvy wolves, right? So, Holland has a problem with wolves.
Right.
In the Netherlands, they're too tame, okay?
Oh.
So, what happens is, there was a video last week that was posted of a wolf strolling past a family in the region's national park.
I did see this video, okay? I believe. Big wolf. Big wolf.
Big wolf. And it was just strolling past, not a care in the world, right? Wasn't afraid, wasn't anything, just chilling.
Yeah, just minding its own business.
And so here's my question to you, Shaun. What did you think of when you seen that video? Did you think a good idea or bad thing?
I think a wolf is a beautiful and majestic animal, but they should not be that calm around humans. And humans should not be that calm around wolves. Because just because they're tame in that moment, they're not tame the whole time. They are wild animals. Just because they're able to walk past and be like, that's fine, that doesn't mean that they won't just snap in an instant. They are animals. They are wolves. They are hunters.
Interesting you say that, Shaun, because the Netherlands government, they thought the same thing.
Yeah, look,
because
I am the Netherlands government, so
they've come up with a genius idea of how to basically make wolves less tame. Paintballs to be shot at Dutch wolves to make them less tame.
Surely there's a better way.
Surely there's a better way than walking up and just pissing off a load of wolves by firing some paintballs at them.
You're just putting them on guard now. You're not even solving the problem.
Paintballs have been chosen so that the Rangers can see which have been hit as well.
So wait, so that they can hit him again, or that they'll only hit him the once?
Just keep hitting the same one. Because there's little Johnny, get him again.
Because a wolf, if it got shot by a paintball, I don't think would immediately think, oh, a human has shot me with a paintball.
Yeah, because they wouldn't consider us the reason why they were harmed. Although, if every time they came near a human, they felt incredible pain, they would probably be scared to come near humans.
That is true. But surely they've gotten so comfortable with humans that they are overwriting like millennia of like genetic memory of just being like, no, human, hunt, kill. Like, they've gotten so comfortable with us in the past like 20 years that that's just been overridden. So I don't know if, a couple of paintballs is going to do it.
Apparently, a spokesperson for the province told the news that one of the wolves in particular appeared to be looking for people, as in like going to just see them, just not to eat them, just to hang out with them.
But like the people are looking for wolves as well, I wager.
True.
Or are they just there for the
environmental organisation, and I cannot pronounce it. Frauenbescherming has accused park officials of feeding wolves because if they become too tame, they can be classed as problem animals and culls. So there's a theory that they are making them tame on purpose so that then they can cull all wolves. Now, they report the park's owner, Serger Emmanuel Baron van Woerst, tot Woerst. Yep.
Excellent name.
He comes out, he says, No. I've denied the allegation, but previously has also said that wolves have no place in the Netherlands.
Interesting. There's a campaign in Ireland to bring wolves back at this point. So what if we did now swapsies with the Netherlands?
We could take a few off their hands.
We'll manage a few wolves.
They would run rampant through us in probably a week.
I think
they could take us all out.
3 wolves could absolutely topple the Irish government.
100%. One wolf, but like has it with big dreams, could probably take half the east.
Yeah,
and then take some of the west.
Okay, give me 4 wolves, right? You give me one in Dublin, one in Belfast, one in Galway, and one in Cork, and you just let them go. I genuinely wager within a month they would like topple the nation.
We would have no hope. Like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do to defeat them?
Yeah, because and if there's only 4 wolves in Ireland, we can't do anything to them. They're endangered, So we just got them here.
Your father's getting eaten by a wolf. You're like, oh fuck, but they're in danger.
What will the Dutch think if I fight back?
You're just there with the baseball bat. What would the Dutch think?
The wolf is not tame at this point either because of all the paintballs. Yeah. So it's on the hunt. Apparently there is only 20 adult wolves living in Holland currently. And so that's all that's there.
Now, they have said that that doesn't mean anyone with a paintball gun could head to the park and start firing at the wolves. It just means that the people who work in the park can fire at the wolves to then maybe scare them away, to make them not come near humans. Shaun, is this the best or worst idea you've ever heard?
I think it's a pretty terrible idea. It's not the worst idea I've ever heard. But
that was microdosing COVID twice.
No, that's the best. That's definitely the best. The worst one is those weird fucking shoes we talked about on Weird News last week. Or on Monday, depending on which episode you listen to.
Could have been on Monday. It has been updated now, but there was a little time there where people heard twice about the shoes.
I mean, spreading the word about how they're terrible. I think just we just need to give the wolves some space. And maybe not bring people on tours of the wolf place. I get a national park is a lovely place to go, but maybe during the winter, and like especially once the wolves start having babies, maybe dissuade people from being near the wolves, is all I'm saying. It's not the wolves' fault.
Shaun, I don't think they've gone far enough. I think they should probably not only paintball the wolves, but I think they should also, in a way, emotionally and verbally assault them as well, just so we get both ends of the spectrum. We cause pain internally and externally simultaneously.
Okay, let me hit you with this. Give everyone a dog whistle and chaos.
Do they work on wolves?
I'd wager they'll do something against wolves.
They must do something.
Their ancestors'
to a wolf.
dogs,
a wolf would have better hearing.
Well, a wolf would have better hearing than like a dachshund or something like that, definitely.
Oh yeah, like your dog at home, or like anyone listening to this, if you have a dog at home, a wolf has better hearing than that dog.
I'm sorry to be the one to tell you, but yeah, that's how it works.
Sorry to be the one to tell you.
This is the real world, Junior.
Eat the shit out of your dog.
Yeah, a wolf would probably kill most dogs.
It would kill me, you, and everyone we love, just to even get a taste of Dublin, I suppose.
Yeah, why not?
What if the wolves become so loving towards the paintballs they start doing stag do's in paintball centres?
I mean, look, I think that would be a market. Like, you know those weird fucked up haunted houses where people come at you with chainsaws and shit? I think if you're hardcore enough of a stag do group, then you go and you paintball a wolf and you just do your best.
No, there's only one gun, 2 wolves, 10 lads in a forest, right? Yeah. And you got to camp there for 2 days.
Have you seen?
And it's whoever makes it out with life.
Have you seen The Grey with Liam Neeson? It's essentially The Grey.
Basically The Grey.
Yeah.
It's Wolf Fight, the movie.
Your stag do's going to be fun, man.
Oh, man, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good
wolf
one.
Wolf fight.
Wolf fight. Does anyone have any dog whistles? Oh man. And then you get there and you'd be like, oh God, I'm not forgetting to bring the paintball gun.
Oh no,
fuck.
I also forgot to upload the show.
Oh, I'm after bringing Weird News Wednesday 207 again. Oh, I bought that in my bag.
I have it always loaded onto this USB stick.
We could throw the USB stick at them, I suppose. We're moving on, Shaun, to our next piece of news, and this is a good one. Police bust drug ring dressed as Spider-Man, Thor and Captain America in an operation known as Operation Marvel.
Okay, did they have to be dressed like that for the operation to work?
So 4 members of the police force in Peru struck upon a genius idea of dressing up as members of the Avengers to enter into the dangerous area of the capital Lima and make the arrests that they needed to make. Because, Shaun, they go in there dressed as police, what's going to happen? There's going to be some war.
Yeah, people are going to know that they're police, but if they dress up like superheroes, people will think they're on a stag do.
So the alleged drug dealers were confronted. They opened the door, and who met them at the door was Spider-Man, Thor, Captain America and Black Widow.
Do you think they posed? Do you think they did a little Avengers pose in the door?
Just like, I hope they have the big foamy muscles as well, just like to really add to it.
Oh yeah, no, like they're fully padded out.
Bashing down their door to get in. To be fair, at least one of them carries a large hammer, so I suppose there is some defence.
I'd wager they didn't give him a real hammer though, did they?
A big massive yoke.
Just a police officer comes at you with a hammer.
And it's already got like dried blood on it. You're like, he's killed before.
He'll do it again.
He's going to kill again. The idea was that the members of the special Peruvian police force would dress up in their fancy dress costumes because, I mean, it is a Halloween week last week, Shaun.
True.
In the hope of convincing the public that they were advertising for a Halloween concert that was going on in the local area. However, it was all part of an operation that was aptly titled Operation Marvel and was aimed at bringing drug dealers to justice. So they got their costumes and walked down the street on Saturday, and nobody batted an eyelid the whole way down.
Why would they? Hide in plain sight, you know?
Exactly. Exactly.
Now it's all going to take a downhill turn once Disney sues them for copyright infringement. But hey, what can you do?
Imagine. Feige's coming for
unlicensed use of our heroes.
And Sony are pissed, not to get into the whole war, but Spider-Man's there as well, and they don't have the rights to dress up as him. Like, Sony need that extra bit off the top as well.
Yeah, Sony are losing money by the new time.
Then they produced their special equipment and broke down a steel door, gaining entry into the property. At that stage, 10 other police officers arrived on the scene and entered the building and made 4 arrests, taking everyone inside into custody.
Right, okay. And they were dressed as regular police officers, I can only assume.
So the idea was that they were going to make it through the area and then get the door broken down and get in there. And then the minute the door was broken down, all the rest of the backup would turn up and all pile in behind them because the door was now broken down and they weren't ready for it.
It is quite the operation, isn't it? Very marvellous operation.
At the beginning, police claimed that the people inside the building thought the whole thing was some sort of Halloween joke.
I mean, you wouldn't instantly go to, the police are dressed as my favourite costumed heroes.
It might be the weirdest, but also kind of, this is like our 2 Venn diagrams meeting. And I was like, this story's just for us.
It'd be like uploading weird news on a Movie Monday. It'd be that level of interaction. Sorry, I'll stop doing
Also, the police colonel, David Villanova, said, in this building, an entire family was dedicating themselves to the micro-commercialisation of drugs. I mean, David, I don't know if that's a great to the news piece. I don't know if it's quippy enough to really get people on board.
You might say they were microdosing COVID.
No, they weren't. They were dedicating themselves to the micro-commercialisation of drugs.
At least they're dedicated, you know?
What are you dedicated, David?
Crime fighting, I suppose.
I suppose, but do you have that kind of dedication to micro-commercialisation something?
Yeah, I mean, look, big companies are bad, so let's keep pharmacy local, you know? Just some lad who... Pharmacy. But pharmacies back in the day was just some lad who used to mix things together and see what happened.
Yeah. And loads of people died.
Yeah, but also think about how much fun it was. Did you ever read the ingredients on old cough syrup?
Cocaine. Heroin. A bit of dirt I found on my sticks.
Yeah. Good humours.
Just imagine going to the shop and being like, John, do you have any painkillers? Just I have some in my pocket. It reminds me of Hank Scorpio pulling sugar out of his pocket. Do you want some sugar? And it's like, no.
Like that, but some kind of fix-all remedy for I've got a headache. Here's some cocaine.
Here's some fucking cocaine. See how that treats you.
I can't sleep. Oh, the cocaine won't help here.
Oh, that'll help you go snoozy snooze real quick. So we're moving on to our next piece of news. And this is one of my... I don't know if this headline really caught my eye, is what I will say. Because a scientist has come out and they said, prepare for alien encounter now before it's too late, warned scientists.
Is this just a belt and suspenders kind of thing? It's better to prepare for the alien invasion and not have one than be invaded?
Well, my follow-up question would be, how in the fuck are me and you, specifically, or any of us listening to this, going to prepare for an alien invasion or an alien encounter?
I would... See, you would just prepare for the unknown, I suppose. You would prepare standard documents to explain what we are and who we are.
Yeah.
We would
we dedicate ourselves to the micro-commercialisation of drugs.
Aliens would love smack. But what you could do is you could set up a little, like, here's the alien meeting spot. And, like, signal it that, like, this is where you land. And then there's a little meeting room. And Joe Biden sits in there waiting for the day that the aliens come. And then, because you're going to have to, like, decontaminate them. And, like, like, we're going to have to talk to them probably through, like, a screen so that we don't get weird space germs and stuff like that. Do you know, I heard a thing during the week, and it was that you know the way we share 99% of our DNA with apes?
Yes.
And that 1% is what makes us us. That if aliens were to reach us, it's possible that we would share 99.9% of our DNA with them, but that 1% makes them so much better than us, and they would see us as apes. Fuck. So why would they even talk to us, Conor?
Yeah, why would they even care? But, like, if we're everywhere, it's like a planet of apes, but, like, planet of humans. There's some sort of, I don't know, some sort of message there, some sort of, what's the word I'm looking for here?
I believe in you. You can do it.
Symbolism.
Yay! Hey, he accomplished it.
Yeah, he said it.
So I think you prepare for aliens by making yourself seem as least threatening as possible, so that they just find you interesting.
So you're saying the opposite. You're saying don't practice kung fu, don't become an expert, a marksman expert. Maybe just kind of go the opposite way. Love pillows.
Maybe
just
like
no harm.
I wouldn't immediately see aliens and go, let's fight them. You know?
No, I think that's a ridiculous concept, because, I mean, you're definitely going to lose.
Yeah, if they made it here, you're going to lose. But also, I think it's, like, do you know what? And this is fucked about, like, the times we live in and shit like that, is that you mentioned, what if aliens come down? And I thought, but the fucking arguments on Twitter over what to do with them. Like, do we make friends with them? Do we blow them out of the sky? Who do we listen to? Everyone's awful.
Yeah. No, I mean, my favourite was during, like, someone put up a tweet that was like, during the zombie apocalypse, 100% people would be like, it's all fake, man.
Yeah.
Doesn't exist, you know what I mean? And your whole family's just like trying to fucking eat you. You're like, brother, it's all fake.
It's a flu.
That's what they want you to think. It's just the flu. I've been microdosing zombie all day.
I saw a thing and it was just like, the whole thing about the world coming together in a crisis. We've had an example of that and it didn't happen.
It did not work. We are all the worst. So I just literally had that headline and I knew that we would have a chat. I didn't have any follow-up.
Yeah.
But my favourite is him like, look, if they come here,
just
we
be
gotta
ready,
be prepared.
Boys. What kind of alien are we talking as well? Like,
yeah, like, you have to give me more information. I want to know what to be prepared for.
Yeah, is it a Superman style alien? Is it an invasion? Are we being invaded? Because that changes.
Or is it just like 1 or 2? Because then we can set the wolves.
That's it. Yeah, because we've got at least 20 wolves stored away in the Netherlands.
In Holland. Yeah, we can, and they're angry now.
Oh yeah, they're riddled with paint at this point. They're going to come out looking all fucked
Although
up.
Maybe painting them's a bad idea, because then we want them on our side when the aliens come. So we want them, like, tame with us, but aggressive with the aliens.
So what you're saying is that we need some way to signal and anger a bunch of wolves or dogs, Conor, all at once.
Maybe shouting at them?
No, Conor. We need something that only they can hear. We don't want to alert anyone around us.
Fuck. Maybe go, no. But like a special wolf call?
Special wolf call, some kind of whistle, perhaps.
Some kind of what?
Some kind of whistle.
Okay. And they'd come calling.
They'd come to the source of the whistle. They'd be really pissed off. And then we set them on the aliens.
Think these scientists should spend less time trying to figure out how to make contact with aliens, make more time how to develop a dog whistle that creates frenzy within wolves, that maybe makes them ravenous and just ready to eat all aliens. I think that would be the perfect sound to try and track into.
I think it is like that. That's where science should go, not making shoes that make you walk slightly faster or something like that.
Okay, let's not start slagging things that are clearly the greatest ideas of the 21st century.
Oh, Jesus.
Just because one idea is good doesn't mean another one has to be bad, Sean. Both can simultaneously be good.
But these aren't either good unless we put them on the wolves. Unless we put those shoes on the wolves.
and give them the bowl. It gives things a taste.
Why would they need that in an alien invasion?
Because they need a little bit of saltiness in them. They need just. But
they wouldn't get any,
Conor.
Connor. They would just have the taste of it. They wouldn't get any of the chemical sodium.
We're moving on to our next piece of news, and it's Indiana man in Pikachu costume on Halloween flees police on lawnmower.
It's a standard. Like 4 years ago, this headline would have shocked me, Connor.
Shocked you.
But now I'm like, oh, of course he did. Oh, of course he did, Indiana Jones.
An Indiana man wearing a Pikachu costume on Halloween night fled from police while recklessly towing a trailer with a modified lawnmower on the back.
The police were using Pursuit, Connor.
They used the Master Ball and got him. So they did.
Oh, Jesus, Pokemon.
If they burnt everything down, it'd be ash or something.
You've lost me now, man. What are you doing? What are you doing? Get over yourself.
I did a bad one on purpose. It was a double bluff. Officials in the western Indiana town of Rockdale were confronted with that scenario after receiving reports that a 19-year-old man wearing a costume of the beloved Pokemon character was rumbling through town while children crisscrossed streets in search of candy. The deputy, Cameron Boller, oh jeez, that is a deputy name, attempted to make a traffic stop, but the man wearing the brightly coloured anime costume turned around and gave the officer a finger and told him to fuck off.
Oh no. Oh, Pikachu, you can't do that. You're not allowed to do that.
But Boller chased the man for several blocks before ending the pursuit and letting the Pokemon character go. After determining where the man lived, Boller and Marshal Adrian Lepine went to his home. After a brief scuffle with the man, who was out of costume at this point, the two officers took him into custody. He was charged with criminal recklessness and 2 counts of resisting law enforcement. Shaun, I think the only reason that this could have worked is they should have attacked him with Pikachu a costume on. Made more sense to me.
That's the thing. And I've been trying to think about, you need to play into this man's fantasy. So he thinks he's Pikachu, right? So you send, what's Pikachu weak to? Water? Pikachu's weak to water, right?
Rock.
Oh, you send a police officer dressed as Onyx. Probably the most impractical costume.
I love the fact that people who aren't into Pokemon have no idea what we're talking about, but each thing has a weakness and a strength. So Thunder, Lightning, very weak against Rock, and every game you always get Pikachu at the start and they always put Brock as the first gym leader and he's always got Rock Pokemon, Shaun.
It's a real filter to test you for the rest of the game.
Gets my gears running. But how do you take a Pikachu out? I mean, I feel like in the costume, if he hits the turf, confusion reigns. I think he's more confused than if you give him time to get out of the costume, because he doesn't have any like peripheral vision once the head comes on.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So he's more wily when he's not dressed as Pikachu.
Exactly.
So you want to keep him in the Pikachu costume. You need, instead of a siren, you play trainer music. Like the battle music from Pokemon.
They should have played that on the radio while they're chasing them.
Just for like the one time a year it's suitable, you know? And then
I'm trying to remember the trainer music of like when you go into a battle. Yes!
That one.
And then it has dun 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 dun. It sounded a bit like Mission Impossible, to be honest.
It is. Well, look, the Mission Impossible ripped off Pokemon. That's all I can say about Tom Cruise.
We don't want to say it, but that's exactly what's happened. Now, the issue with this, Shaun, is it's a funny story, very weird, but it's also went up on Facebook, and then one of the department wrote on Facebook, trying to be cool, Shaun, and you're like this. However, we are not opposed to catching them all, they say.
Oh, lads.
Would have been easier to say, gotta catch them all. That's actually the phrase.
That's the phrase. That's a trademarked phrase that the Pokemon company uses.
Yes.
There is a police service in the Pokemon world, though, and they use little fire dogs. Growlithe they use.
Yeah.
That's Officer Jenny has one, and there's a bunch of identical Officer Jennys. So what if we got some kind of whistle
Just don't disturb me. I'm in a zone tonight. I'm in a zone.
I'm doing this one bit until it's funny, I swear to God.
We're going to be here for a while, boys. Everyone put a pot of coffee.
What if you got you dress a child up as a Pichu, which Pikachu evolves from, and
perfect.
Then you bait him into a trap, and then you have another officer there who's dressed as Mewtwo, and he kicks the shit out of him.
What if Raichu turns up and he kicks the shit out of him?
No one likes Raichu.
But sure, Raichu's the evolved form, man.
He doesn't have as good branding, though.
Yeah, but LT Sarge, he has him in the
Sarge
the TV
does
show.
have a filthy Raichu. What if
Sarge has a filthy Raichu?
He does. What if? Right.
And the only reason Ash beats him in the TV show is he uses agility. But this guy, Indiana Man, he don't got no agility in that suit. So I think you're locked in, like.
That's true. See, the way I beat Surge in the game is I levelled up far too far before I got to him.
Ultimately, it's bullying at a certain point.
Exactly, it's unfair. But I think, maybe get a Raichu in, get him to kick the shit out. I think we should kick the shit out of him. What if you got an Electrode and he just fucking explodes?
Oh, see, that's always a filthy move. This is also, if you're not into Pokemon, you've no idea what we're talking about here.
But look, 40% you probably get.
Level up. The Pokemon level up in the game, man. And you're meant to play them at a certain level. So, like, the opponent's level might be 57. And you could be normally around 57. You'd have a good battle. My trick, Shaun, before I went into the big fight at the end against a team called the Elite Four.
There's four of them.
There's four of them, and you have to face them all back to back to back to back.
It's tough. It's a real test of a trainer's ability.
It's a test of a trainer's ability. So I had all of my Pokemon on level 12, and I had one guy, Flamo.
Classic.
Flamo, of course. He's the fire Pokemon. You probably understood. Level 100. Max level. Couldn't go any higher. I had trained him every day for hours. As a 13-year-old.
What you did there is you got a 25-year-old man to play on the juniors team in soccer.
Did you? And he rocks up this Elite Four boys. They think they're all that. They rock in with their level 50 Pokemon. I turn out a level 100. I'm like, lads, doesn't matter what you do. This fucking man is going to destroy you.
I'm winning this, boys.
They attack me and my health doesn't even go down. He just like shakes it off.
He just shrugs it away.
So Shaun, I mean, we got to move on, but I felt like Pokemon I knew that was going to excite you.
Yeah, it's always a shoe-in to get a rise out of me.
It's always going to get a rise out of you. I have 2 Florida stories, Shaun. Which one would you like? So I have Florida man involving a raw chicken, or Florida woman with a plank of wood. Now, plank of wood I think is good, raw chicken is good. I like the plank of wood headline more.
Let's go plank of wood. Give me the plank of wood, Conor.
We've all been there, Shaun. You know what I mean? We've all been in relationships or in moments where you just feel like you're not getting enough. You're not getting enough back. And one Florida woman took it maybe a step too far in that. Florida woman hit man with plank because she wasn't getting enough attention, police say.
This is something from a Laurel and Hardy sketch, I think.
It is, yeah. A Largo woman was arrested Sunday after allegedly hitting a man with a plank of wood, according to the police. An arrest document from the police department said the incident happened on 66 Streety North.
Sorry? Streety North?
Streety North.
I mean, why not?
There's America's no way there's 66 Streety Norths.
No, yeah. What's 65th Streety North? Is that... Like,
look up 66th Streety North.
How Streety?
Yes.
North.
Streety North.
It's a very straight street, I will say.
It's very streety.
That's very strange. I don't know what to do with this, honestly. Just happy it exists.
I think they just ran out of names. There's no way. That one's it's called Lincoln Street. This one's called Washington Avenue.
Oh, there's a boba shop on it.
What's that one called? Streety?
It's a bit streety.
Streety's north. Yeah, it's the north of fucking streets. At around 2 p.m. on Sunday.
Sorry, there's
Sean.
2 bubble tea shops around the corner from each other on this.
There's too many bubble tea shops around the place, Sean. I don't want to put the bubble tea shops out of business.
No, look, I'm quite partial to them myself.
They're fucking everywhere.
Yeah, look,
they're fucking everywhere, is what they are.
It's nice to have options though, isn't it? Isn't it nice to have options?
But here's my question to you. How do you feel about bubble tea?
I like it. I like it now and again. It's not an everyday thing for me, but I like a nice fruity watermelon-y one. Does me just right.
I was disgusted now because in the nearby shopping centre near me they had a smoothie place. Oh, lovely smoothie shot. Just
I
the
love
nicest smoothies.
Any day of the week.
And they replaced it with a bubble tea. And I feel a smoothie is more filling. It's nicer. It's smoother.
It's got more fruit in it. It's got more meat to it. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas I don't like when the tea comes in and you got the little bubbles and you got to chew on them. I'm just here to drink.
I'm just here to drink, lads.
I do one at a time. I never do both.
There was a boba tea place near where we went to college, and I got absolutely cock-blocked at it one day because
you what?
So I went with just friends, and one of these friends happened to be a blonde lady, right? So that was grand. I went on a date there the next week. And the lady working behind the counter said, "Oh, what happened to the blonde girl you were with last week?"
Fuck off.
And I was like, "What are you doing to me?"
Oh, what? That is terrible.
It's awful. Never recovered.
Oh, man. But you were in the group.
I was in a group of people.
Oh, that's bad form. That's bad form now.
Single me out. Don't know what I did wrong.
You should have said the 2 blondes you were here with last week. Back-to-back days.
Come on, big me up a little bit.
They should have brought you up and like, do you remember that? Are you the same guy from last week that gave that money to charity? Aren't you? Yeah. Look, thank you so much for that money that you lent me last week, actually. You're such a good guy.
And I've paid people to come up and be like, thanks for everything you did for the orphanage. It really means a lot.
Police said Daniela Vergara of Largo was upset because she was not getting enough attention from her friends. In retaliation, Vergara went and got a 2x4 with an exposed nail. And then came back to the group and swung it at an unidentified man's head, according to the report. The man suffered an abrasion from the plank to his head. The attack was witnessed by another police officer who was standing 10 yards away.
Unlucky timing. Fuck if that nail had hit him, though.
Here's the best Florida woman defence, though. After being read her rights, Vergara admitted, "I swung the 2x4. I admit that.
Yeah.
But I deny hitting him."
Right. So in her head, she didn't make contact, so it's fine.
No, it was an air ball, and he just suddenly was shot simultaneously at the exact moment that she was swinging.
It's a bold claim. Surely there's CCTV and witnesses to prove otherwise, is the thing.
Officer, can you prove that I made contact, or maybe somebody else swung? Maybe a ghost came in and hit him just out of the blue. It could have happened easily.
What if a bird had flown into the back of his head at the very time I swung the 2x4?
You never know, officer.
It's got a nail in it. Don't you think that would have left a mark?
What do you think of that defence from Florida woman? I feel like, especially when the officer sees you do it, it's tough to then deny hitting him.
It's a bit like the dog ate my homework kind of a thing. It's like you're never going to be believed if you admit to swinging it but not to hitting.
But she went and got it because she wasn't getting enough attention from her friends.
She certainly got attention, though, didn't she?
I think the best way to bring the attention back to yourself is possibly to commit a crime, yes.
Do you ever get invited out in that friend group again, do you think?
Oh, I never get invited out. So you mean you're talking about her?
Yeah, but we should talk after the show.
I think you get invited tentatively. In terms of you want to bring her along because if you don't and she finds out you've had a do and she wasn't there,
that's true.
I think the repercussions might be bigger.
Do you know where would actually be a perfect place to go is a boba tea place, and just like during the day, nice and calm, have a little chat, go home, chill. Everyone's happy.
Chill. Yeah. You're not going on a night out with her.
No, definitely not.
Yeah,
too much of a flight risk.
It's too much of a risk. You can't trust that she won't be swinging her 2x4 at anybody that goes past.
Where does she get easy access to a 2x4?
They're not lying around the place, surely.
Not generally. The price of them went through the roof, Conor.
No, she had to get an old one because I already had a nail in it. Unless she bought the nails separately and then nailed it herself.
She hardly drove her own nail and then hit the man.
Did she have to buy a hammer? Because she doesn't have a hammer handy, I can only assume.
Well, any tool can be used as a hammer if you're inventive enough.
That's true, actually. She'd beaten it against a wall.
Yeah, name any tool.
Sausage.
That can be a hammer. See? It's easy.
Dog whistle.
Dog whistle. The dream. Get a lot of dogs to help you hammer
boy. The dogs to get a handyman dog.
Yeah.
Into hammer.
He's got a little hammer in his mouth. It's great. It's too long. Yeah. He can't get through the door. It's hilarious.
He can't get through the door. He doesn't know how it works, man. All he can do. Wolves are idiots. Shaun, I think that's it for weird news this week.
What a week of weird news. Would you like me to take us out, Conor?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Thanks everyone for listening to this episode of Weird News Wednesdays. We'll be back on Friday with Hero or Zero, Monday when Movie Mondays will definitely come out, and next Wednesday with another episode of Weird News Wednesdays. Big thank you to everyone over on Patreon who supports the show, patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast for that. And shout outs go to Róisín, Chunky Lobes Palmer, Joe Burney, Ryan Technically Fine Evanson, Waffles the Magic, David Clarke, Shaun Chuck in the Wash and It'll Be Grand Jamieson, Dominic, Anna Irish Walrus Forever Hjelmroos, Danny McLaughlin, No One's Ever Really Gone Luke Hoth, Lordsmish, Michelle Browne, Michaela Doughty, Buster, Ed Ball, Shaun, Conor and Lorraine, and Russ. Put some respect on the Incredible Hulk's name, Parfitt. Thanks for that.
Russ, I will never, first of all. Secondly, that list is getting longer and I love it. Let's just try and wreck Shaun's head. Just make it as long as possible.
Wreck my head, wreck my lungs. I'll be happy about it. It's absolutely fine. Thank you all. You're amazing. Head over there. Other ways to support the show though. There is heroesforhire.ie/shop. Twitter is @heroesforhirepod. The 4 is the number 4. Facebook is Detective Divilment's discussion group. Instagram is Heroes for Hire podcast. And the best way to ever help out the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
Just a one, please.
I think that's about it, Conor.
I think so. So I've been Conor Lorraine.
I've been Shaun Meehan.
I shall see you all next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.